Hello, everyone. A very warm good evening, and it's so good to have you all again. Uh, so, uh, before I commence the before we commence the today's panel discussion, there is a slight change. So Navneet Sharma, due to some personal emergency, he is not able to join us here today. But Nupur is here, and she will be taking over his role. So she'll be facilitating the panel discussion today. And thank you so much for your cooperation. So today's panel discussion is on the topic, is the Scrum Master role still relevant? And it is hosted by ANI Jaipur. So uh, over to you, ANI Jaipur panelists. We would love to hear about you if you could introduce yourselves. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Once again, I also welcome you all to ANI's panel discussion, and it is hosted by ANI Jaipur chapter. I hope my voice is audible now to everybody. And as Shreya has informed all of us, Navneet is not available to join us due to a personal emergency, and I will be facilitating the panel for today. And that's an interesting topic. It is most discussed topic, I think, where we talk about the relevance of Scrum Master role in today's time. And we have amazing panelists with us to discuss about this topic. Unfortunately, Navneet is not here with us today in this discussion. Navneet is a program manager as components and has brought a great experience of 14 years in complex project and program management, efficiency in high quality deliverables. Let's have a brief introduction of Abhishek. Abhishek, please introduce our audiences and us about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Hi all, this is Abhishek Mathur. So I am the Chief Operating Officer at Vidic Tech Solutions. This is a company in Jaipur which deals in mobile and web applications. So we are a 11-year-old company, and I started my journey as a CEO there, a CEO and partner there recently, like few months ago. I have a career span ranging to around 14 years in the IT industry, where I have started my journey as a developer and then progressed as a PM, and then in my whole journey, I've been working as an agile enthusiast, agile enabler, and I've been fortunate enough to work with various all the size of companies like MSMEs, small industries, big industries, MNCs, and I had this opportunity to work in the agile domain in depth and to mentor many people and to learn a lot. So that's what it is all about me. Currently, I'm a COO, so taking the taste of entrepreneurship. So that's something which I'm working upon right now.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you for a brief introduction. Let's move on to Gaurav. Gaurav, please let us know a little about yourself.
Okay, hello all. So as you all can see and read that my name is Gaurav Singh Chauhan and I have around 11 years of experience. I started my career as a developer. I have been into coding till now also. I used to code. It's something that I really enjoy. Since starting of my career being a developer, I progressed as a BA also. Then I worked as a project manager also. Currently, I'm working as a product manager in Silicon Asia Works. It's an MNC, Singapore-based MNC. So I have been implementing Agile since 2013. So I have seen a lot of things, you can say, evolving around with the roles and responsibilities for the Scrum team. It's not specifically for the Scrum Master. It has been for the overall cross-functional teams. Okay, during this particular course of time, I got the opportunity to work with some big MNC clients like Walt Disney, Coca-Cola, Honda. So I have been into the processes of very small companies also and got the opportunity to work with these MNCs also. So got a flavor of all kind of, you can say, ranging from a startup to big MNC, how people evolve themselves, how teams work on a day-to-day basis, figure out their problems and find out the solutions to them. So it's all about me. Thank you for the opportunity, and
Thank you, Gaurav, and thank you for sharing a brief detail about it. Great to know both of you. And I'll tell a little about myself. My name is Nupur Pathak, and I'm a consultant at Innovation Roots. I've also founded a company called foolproofconcepts.com, which creates thoughtful digital experiences and brand aesthetics. I work as a consultant and chief media editor, as you know, at Innovation Roots, and I work with the key strategic accounts, and I have my own experiences of using Scrum in different portfolio, and I have been sharing my experiences in different agile community events over the last 5 years, and I'm excited to be part of this discussion today and looking forward to some amazing insights with our panelists. So let's begin with our discussion, and let's see what we have. Uh, for us to explore more about the relevancy of Scrum Master's role in today's time. So I would begin with you, Abhishek. What are your experiences with the Scrum Master role? How would you like to define your experience?
Sure. So yeah, so I would love to share my experiences here. So as an agile enthusiast, what can be a better role to be a Scrum Master and digging into the agile domain? So that's the best part to do. So I believe that I'll just take a like in my whole journey, I had an extensive experience. Like a couple of years ago, I have been working with an organization. It was an MNC, and I would like to share a few of my experiences from there. So it was like I was responsible as a Scrum Master for around 7 cross-functional teams. So I would like to share my experience there, and maybe that can take off this discussion that how this role is so relevant. So it was a big module. I was responsible for a very big module, and I was taken I was given the position that okay, you are the Scrum Master for the 7 cross-functional teams, and we have to manage that, and we have to deliver this module to our client. And it was a big client. They were following safe methodology at their end. So each module has its own product owner. So as a Scrum Master, I believe we all know, and that you are not only responsible for your own internal teams, and you play a part there, but you are also responsible for working with the product owners, helping them out and coaching them out that how they can help prioritize. You need to help them out that how they can prioritize their backlog, how to maintain their backlog, and how to groom that up. Because generally the product owners are from the client side. They are not much more technical. They don't know how to manage everything into Jira. They know how to put up their requirements. They're experts of their domain. They know what business requirement they need in their module or in their application, but they don't know how to put it up in a tool like Jira, where everything is managed. I'm just giving Jira as an example. Other companies use other tools also, but yeah, Jira probably is the most widely used one, globally used one. So I had this opportunity to work with product owners to help them out as a Scrum Master, that how they can prioritize their backlog, help them in their prioritization, help them to find out, okay, this is the information you have put up, but now you need to elaborate a bit more so that our team, our PM can take that up for grooming. So add few more details here, that would be great. And this is the way you can prioritize. And if they're not about the processes of Jira, what is status to maintain, what is status to put into it, because these days every organization has its customization in Jira. Every organization can have their own customized status, customized workflows. Few organizations have epics, few don't. Few have themes, few don't. So that's the way it works. So this was the responsibility at the client side as a Scrum Master, which I had. And I loved interacting with the product owners. I loved having their views and to share that how they can put all their views together cumulatively in form of business requirements so that our teams can take them up. Now coming to our own team. So in my team, as I said, 7 cross-functional teams. So every team had its own very good hierarchy. They had a PM, they had a team, they had all the hierarchy possible. They had the tech leads, they had the architects, they had the seniors software engineers, they had software engineers, they had QAs. So we can say it was all the cross-functional teams were capable enough. Now, where my role came in is that, so when it comes to about, managing all these teams in a manner that they have to, uh, in their daily course, they have to manage their scrum ceremonies. At the same time, they have to interact with each other, because they all are interdependent when they're doing the sprint planning. The sprint plan has to be like, one single sprint plan. It has to go together. So that's where my scrum master role came in, primarily, that I used to do, you know I used to do daily scrums with them, and I used to identify what's working on. I gave them all the freedom that, it's not necessary to do meetings with me. Slack is enough. I just need to know two things. I didn't go by the traditional follow-up of those three questions: what you did yesterday, what you are doing today, if there are any impediments. I simply used to ask them one thing: okay, are you guys on track for your sprint plan or not? If yes, okay, we are good. Let me know if there are any challenges. But if not, if there is an impediment, let's discuss it out. Let me know what are you facing. And that's where I used to help them out. So, even if they were mature teams, they had their limitations. So, like, if there is a team, they will say, okay, Abhishek, we are stuck here. We don't right now, we are dependent on the microservice team. We need these kind of APIs. They were supposed to come yesterday, but they're not arrived yet. Due to that, my story can go on risk. So I am declaring that I am on risk for the story in my sprint. Now, as a scrum master, it's my responsibility that, okay, and obviously he has done his initial part of communication with that team, and that team has responded, okay, we are not on track, we are delayed due to blah blah reasons, and it may get impacted, or we didn't plan, or there was some communication gap. That's where, as a scrum master, I came in the picture, where I knew whom to connect, the right person to connect with, to bring on the light.
I think there is a connection with Abhishek's and Gaurav. What are your experiences with Scrum Master's role?
Okay. So, as most of
It,
the things has already been explained by Abhishek, so I will not go into depth of that. As far as
yeah.
my experiences goes, most of the people's mindset is about that the Scrum Master role is only reflects two things, like kind of facilitating the Scrum events and removing the blockers for the team they might face, right? So, in my personal opinion and in my personal experiences, Scrum Master does much more than that. Okay. Many a time it happens he has to be an individual contributor. Many a time it happens that he has to be a team player, right? So it's a kind of a trade-off which he has to do on a time-to-time basis. It's not something that is predefined. It's a very dynamic role what Scrum Master does during the whole product life cycle. Okay. And considering, apart from what Abhishek said, I will just focus on two things as per my experience goes. Most of the time, Scrum Master perform two kinds of roles. One is as a project manager, and other times as a secretary to the team. While working as the, you can say, as the project manager, he was responsible for teaching, mentoring, facilitating, coaching, all these aspects he tends to do. Right? While working as the secretary, his core role is not the traditional one which has been defined. Okay, he's basically ranging, moving from, you can say, putting up a meeting schedule, sending meeting invites, setting up the Jira events, all those things he tends to do. So these are the two kind of roles which I personally find for a Scrum Master, other than the traditional ones. Okay, and elaborating more, if I uh, if you would like to hear, I could elaborate more what a project manager as a Scrum Master does, right? Like micro managing the developers, though it's not the traditional role which they tends to perform, but many a time Scrum Master tends to do, you can say, dive into that role also, treating the estimates and all those things.
So you are talking about facilitating them and to get
Mhm.
self-organized, if I understand correctly, Gaurav.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, Abhishek, we have lost you in between. You had
Okay.
something to finish, I think, out there.
Yeah. I guess I lost my connection. So just to finish up, so I was explaining the my role as a Scrum Master, or a universal role as a Scrum Master, which he has towards the product owners. Now, coming to the internal teams, I was just like to mention, just like to elaborate on what Gaurav said. I believe, as a Scrum Master, you don't need to dig into the estimates. You don't need to review performance of your developers. It's not his job, and you don't need to do that. A Scrum Master is a coach. Scrum Master is a person who's mainly responsible to, if it's, as I said, if it's all on track, no problem. You are all good, man. You have your PM to cater to the sprint plan. You have the teams are pretty much mature to take care of the sprint plans. Where the role of Scrum Master comes in, that if you have an impediment, if you have a risk, even which, so for instance, you have two, I was handling 7, let's take an example of 2. So if you have 2 cross-functional teams and simply one team raises a hand and says, okay, we are dependent on the other team, and right now they're not cooperating with us, we don't know how to take the APIs from them, they're not on track, so we are also not on track, we are raising the risk. So the PM in a practical scenario will come to me and say, hey Abhishek, my story is on risk, and just convey that to the client. Now, as a Scrum Master, what I'm going to do? As a Scrum Master, I understand the seriousness of the story. I understand the seriousness of the sprint plan. That if what impact it has on the client side. That's because I'm dealing with the product owners also. I know the product backlog. I know what prioritization it has. I know that what are the deliverables for the client also. So what I'm going to do as a Scrum Master, I'm going to act as a bridge, as a mentor between those two teams. I'm going to bring the respective people together, and I'm going to discuss the issue in detail with them. I'm going to grasp the issue, and then I'm going to push. I'm going to actually convince them. Okay, guys, you need to understand the seriousness of this risk. This can impact heavily to the client deliverables. We need to focus on how we can mitigate that. The next step would be, we are going to discuss how to mitigate it. Whether the team needs to work extra hours to bring that back on track, or is it such an issue that cannot be mitigated? It's a clear risk. So both the situations I have dealt in detail. So like, if you have a risk which can be mitigated, you have workarounds. As a Scrum Master, I'm going to suggest those workarounds. Okay guys, this is doable, let's work a bit extra hours on that. Let's probably work on one weekend and get this on track. As a Scrum Master, my skill set comes as a leader. My skill set comes as a guy who can convince everybody. You can convince. You should have that convincing power in yourself. That comes with experience. That comes when you are collaborating with the teams. You are talking them in a manner where you can actually make them understand the seriousness of work. Generally, we all know that the developer and the engineering, and they don't know the seriousness of the stuff. They just know what they need to do in terms of their code and the programming. They don't know how serious or what worth of work they are doing for the client. So as a Scrum Master, I'm responsible to make them inform about that. So that's one thing. Other side of the story, if you know, okay, this is a risk, you cannot mitigate it, you have to actually announce that to the client. Then as a Scrum Master, again, it becomes my responsibility to ensure that we have proper reasoning of that risk. Okay, this is the reason why this is on risk. Then along with that, I have to educate the team, educate the that you need to give, not only you need to give the proper reasoning, you also need to give a proper plan, that how in the next sprint you're going to take it up, what are the ETAs. So when you are announcing a risk to the client, you don't just need to announce the risk and say, hey, we cannot do it, this is not doable in this sprint, I'm sorry, apologies. No, you have to announce that, but at that same time you have to come up with a plan. Okay, this is a risk, we cannot do it in this sprint, but we understand the seriousness. So the plan is that in the next sprint, within the next 3 days itself, we are going to deliver it and move it to the particular instance, whether it's development or production. So as a mentor, as a Scrum Master, that's my responsibility to educate the teams. So that's what I was coming to. So these were the two, I was just trying to explain the two major roles towards the product owners, or you can say the client side, and towards the development side as a Scrum Master, which I have played, I have experienced, and I have done in my career span till now.
Amazing, Gaurav and Abhishek. And I would like to share my experiences very briefly here. Most of the points are covered by both of you. So when we talk about any role, I feel it has more to do with ownership, and it stands true for the Scrum Master role as well. And I feel Scrum is very effective and very simple at the same time. And I particularly use it in a portfolio where sprints are of 2 to 3 days, and we inspect and adapt as per the response we get on a real-time basis. So my experiences with the Scrum Master role, I would say my objective has been in this role is to be a facilitator and protect the team from the distractions. So I'm being very brief as most of the points are covered. And the most important or most significant aspect of this role is facilitating the discovery of the solution with the team, not for the team, with the team, and adapting to the new information. So, this is something I would like to add from my experiences. And moving on to the next question, Gaurav, I would like to start with you. That where did you find a Scrum Master help you succeed in a project?
Absolutely, absolutely. See, the role of a Scrum Master is obviously pretty important. Okay, as Abhishek already defined, that it is a role for the customer side also, for the client side also, and it is a role for the team side also, right? So it's a kind of role which is working as a bridge between the team and the client, right? So in my personal experiences, I have been into the situations where I have to manage both of the sides, right? Taking an example, that while I was working for Walt Disney, we have to collaborate with 4 different teams. One is the business requirement definition team, who provides us the scope, that what definition you needs to cover, how you are going to work on that, that is up to you. Then a second team, the technical writing team. Okay, we need to collaborate with them. Then an API team, which works at the back end. So we need to collaborate with that team also. So, and another team is which is going to test our code. Whatever we are going to write after doing our end of QC, they were responsible for the final sign off. Okay, and once we have written something, it is going to be managed by another team, right? So it's a kind of 4 5 teams whole collaboration. So my role as a Scrum Master comes in very handy in keeping all of those different teams on the same page at the same moment of time. Every team should understand, and every team should view single point of requirement with the same kind of definitions, right? Let's suppose if we are asking for a login module, so for my team, login module comes with these 4 lines of definition. Similarly, the API team should also know the login module with those 4 lines of definitions also only, right? So during that course of time, we did deliver multiple releases, right? So that's one thing that I personally did as a part of Scrum Master in communicating the whole definition sort of thing. The next thing at that point of time came when we were working and you can say negotiating, right? Another important role which I had performed was the negotiation. When we have something pretty much defined with ourselves, that let's suppose this requirement is not going to be completed under that much amount of time, though the business team has already provided its kind of definitions, but these are not going to be covered under this particular sprint, so we have to negotiate. So that is also a kind of role that I need to play with as a under the umbrella of a Scrum Master, right? And another major you can say uh, major point that which I tend to find out during that course of time was identifying the organizational dysfunctions, right? Kind of the when the way of working that are hampering the development teams, right? That are hampering the communication happening between different teams. So that kind of dysfunction I need to identify either by you can say monitoring all those teams very closely, how they work. So I tends to go and sit during those teams internal team meetings. Okay, though it's for an API, it's for the infra, or it's for another things, the whole systems architecture, all those things, so that I could know that what kind of role a person is performing as a cross-functional team partner or as an individual contributor. Then only we came to know that these kind of dysfunctions are available and we need to come over them, right? Another main thing that I sort of doing at that point of time was assisting in making key decisions, right? Let's suppose we have a sprint, okay, for around 80 man hours, and we need to deliver it on time. But during the course of that particular sprint, we identified that a person is bound to take some leaves that was not pre-planned, but he has come up, okay, due to some personal reason or something like that. Then what kind of decision should be taken, right? So that we could mitigate that particular risk, we should deliver what we have committed to, right? So this is also something kind of role that I personally tends to perform at that point of time, apart from the traditional ones that were mentioned in the scrum.org. Right. Hello, Nupur.
Hello. Yeah. Sorry, I was unable to unmute myself. So, thank you, Gaurav, for your answer and sharing your experiences out there. Abhishek, what is your take on how Scrum Master helps you succeed for your project?
Yeah, Nupur, as I already explained, for me, like as I already explained in my experience, for me, it plays a very vital role that in the success of the project. Uh, Probably it's a primary role. Like the way I've been doing that role, I have been experiencing that role because the primary role of a Scrum Master is to, it's not only see one thing we need to understand. I believe everybody should agree also that a Scrum Master is not somebody who is just and this is something unfortunately I have seen in many companies that they appoint anybody as a Scrum Master like in the team. Like there is a junior guy coming with 1 year experience, and he just has heard the word agile in his career span of 1 year, and they make them a Scrum Master. And you know what happens, that and unfortunately what he's supposed to do as a Scrum Master, he's just supposed to do the facilitation. That's it. So what his job is, that he is supposed to arrange the Scrum meetings, and he is supposed to schedule the meetings, he is supposed to take the notes of the meetings, he's just supposed to forward the MOMs, and that's it. That's what he does. And that's what the Scrum Master, and that's how it goes on. So the team treats like, okay, this is the Scrum Master, what, and if there is some impediment, he just requests, okay sir, can you just take a look at this is a risk, should we put it up to the client or not? That's it. So there is no grooming, there is no learning of that guy who has been appointed as Scrum Master, that this is not the job of a Scrum Master. This is a basic thing, which is a basic stuff to do, but this is not the only thing which Scrum Master is supposed to do. Scrum Master is a servant leader. So let's emphasize on that word leader. Scrum Master plays a very important role in the success of the project. He is a servant leader. The reason why we say him a servant leader is that he is not an authority over any of the teams. So if I was handling 7 cross-functional teams, none of them was reporting to me. None of them was reporting to me. They all had their reporting managers. They all had their PMs in place. They all had their senior PMs in place. Nobody was reporting to me. So, but at the same time, I was the person who was responsible to facilitate their progress, to ensure that everybody is on track as per the cumulative sprint plans or the cumulative sprints which we are delivering to a client. Because at the end of the day, those 7 cross-functional teams are a single team for the client. So I was the person who was responsible for ensuring they are on track. Any risk or any issues encountered are being mitigated, and if not, they are being raised on time to the client. I believe communication is the key for the success of any of the project. Scrum Masters are the people who are responsible for keeping that communication up to date, whether it's on the client side, whether it's on the internal side. There are many, I believe all of the people who are in this call, whosoever are dealing with the cross functional teams on a day-to-day basis, they must be encountering this problem of communication gaps. Sometimes the sprint planning doesn't happen properly, because in sprint planning you have dependency on other teams. You don't get to do the meetings with them. You plan yourself, they have their own plans, and then when the sprint starts, when the technical guy comes in. Like for instance, just let me give you an example. Like, generally when we do sprint plannings, generally PM is involved. PM is moreover, or the BA is involved in the sprint planning with the team. Sprint grooming, sorry, sprint grooming of the team. So generally a PM or BA grooms the story, and they ensure that, okay, that the product, whatever the requirement came from the product owner, they elaborate it in a manner that the team can understand. What they generally don't do is, generally they don't include any technical person, any senior technical guy, or maybe one or two people in their meetings to groom the story. What happens when you come to the sprint planning day, Monday, when the sprint starts, when the technical guy has its input on the story, he says, okay, we have dependency on the background, on the API team. We need 4 APIs from them. Please take that API from them. We have a dependency on the design team. Get the design from them. Then until unless we have the design and the API, we cannot start the story. Now we are coming to know about that on Monday, when it's a sprint planning day, and you have done all the grooming with the product owner. If it's on the client side, the client also knows, okay, we have given them 10 groomed stories, so we are expecting all those to be taken up in the sprint. Now on the sprint planning day, the technical guy says, okay, out of this 10, I can do only 4. Rest 6 are not technically groomed. Go to the other teams, bring me those inputs. Now, and when you go to those other teams, other cross-functional teams, they say, okay, we have our own backlog of work. We cannot do this on priority, because they have their own task also, internal task also. So as a scrum master, this is my role, to coach them, to mentor them, that to make them learn, okay, this is the mistake which we did. We don't need to do this mistake again. When you are grooming these stories, you need to ensure you have the bandwidth of other cross-functional team members also, and you have the bandwidth of a technical person also, whether it's a technical architect or a senior technical architect guy, that you at least take their few hours to discuss on the stories, that what technical inputs they need, what background dependencies they have. At least when you are on the sprint planning day, you have all the inputs, and then you know what you can deliver or not. Just giving one example. So this is how you coach the teams. This is how you make them learn. Many of the developers of, or the, we can say, the self-organized teams which you are calling, those self-organized teams know how to work. They don't know how to communicate. If they have to communicate a risk, they don't know how to communicate a risk to the client. You cannot go to the client and just say, okay, cannot do this story, thank you so much, bye bye, I'm sorry. This is not, you cannot go to the client and say this. As you know, so you have to make them learn how to communicate the risk to them in a proper manner, so that the client also doesn't get disappointed. You also have to make them learn when to communicate the risk. You cannot communicate a risk at the end day of the sprint. You have to communicate it probably 4 to 5 days or a week ahead of the sprint, that these 5 stories are at risk. As a scrum master, you do that. You dig in with the team, you sit with them, you dig in depth when there are impediments, and you actually ensure that those impediments are resolved. If not resolved, you have the proper communication to the client. This is how it's going to work. This is how we are delayed, we know, but this is how we are going to bring it back on track. That's why the scrum master role comes in picture. Now, if we say, okay, this is, PM doesn't do that actually. So, we have, if you merge a PM or a scrum master role, that's a different story. Yes, you can do that. But generally, every PM is respected to its own team, So when it comes to the merging of all the cross-functional teams, that's where the scrum master role comes in. And that's where the scrum master role also is different from the program management role. So, like somebody may come up and say, hey, this is the role of a program manager. Program manager is a totally different role, actually. I have been in that head, so I know. So I believe Scrum Master is a more dynamic and a more awesome role to be in. Like, that's how you actually go into the teams and you how deliver. Program management is more over, just managing the program, tracking the overall performance, overall monitoring, doing the overall monitoring and controlling. Program manager is not the person who actually digs in with the teams and goes in depth and then mitigates the risk and then actually is communicating to the client. So that's a major difference, and that's how the Scrum Master plays a major role in success of the project. That's what my thoughts are.
Yeah, thank you for highlighting your experiences, Abhishek. And I would also briefly add in that when we talk about success of a project and Scrum Master's role in it, so I think the major part is played in facilitating the inspect and adapt. That is the key to move in the direction of success, and enabling collaborations and solve dependencies with collaboration, and ultimately facilitating team to become better. That's where Scrum Master plays a crucial role to ensure project success as well. This all related to the success of project. So this is my little input, and we have three more questions to cover, and if at all we have any questions from the participants, they can use the chat box and put up their questions in the chat box, and at the end of our discussion, we will pick up your questions from there. Let's move on to our next topic of discussion, Gaurav and Abhishek. And it's also in talk recently quite a lot that many organizations are replacing the Scrum Master role with the Agile Delivery Lead or Agile Coach role. So, how do you see these changes happening in the industry? Let's start with you, Abhishek.
Well, for me, Nupur, these are two separate roles. So, like in my organization, that's my personal perception, but let me justify that also. In my organization, also, we have a separate role of Scrum Master and Agile Delivery Lead. See, Agile Delivery Lead, or you can say Agile Coach. Again, is a bit different term. If I talk about specifically about the Agile Delivery Lead, like in my organization, also we have these two as separate roles. Now, Scrum Master, we have already discussed in detail. That's what he's supposed to do. In Agile Delivery Lead, that's a person who is moreover, he's not a Scrum Master. He'll not go to the 7 cross-functional teams and talk to their Scrum and facilitate their Agile ceremonies on a daily basis, or discuss their impediments in detail, or ensure that everything is on track. Moreover, the Agile Delivery Lead is responsible to ensure that the overall delivery, like for example, if there is a milestone coming 3 months afterwards, like we have a delivery in March. Agile delivery, when the March comes closer, when the March comes closer, he is responsible for just taking the information. Okay, are we all on track? Okay, when Agile delivery goes to the role of the DevOps also, like he's moreover into the technical part also. He is moreover a guy who is more into the DevOps side also, like he's ensuring the delivery processes are on track or not. It is completely possible that all your work is done, you are all good on the development instance, but you have significant gaps on your DevOps side. Moreover, on the production instance, you don't know about it. So Agile Delivery Lead is a person who is ensuring the delivery or the operations, the whole chain or the whole line for the delivery is smooth or not. His role ranges from talking to the DevOps team till the engineering teams that, okay, is everything on track? Is every lane set up, blue lane, green lane, everything, all the processes on, is my CI/CD set up or not? Is everything in place? Are we all up to the mark for the delivery in March? And so he's overall, supervising that whole process. He's not digging in with the teams in depth. So it's a big difference in the role of Agile Delivery Lead and a Scrum Master, and that's how I have also put up these roles in my organization.
Yeah, thank you for sharing this, Abhishek. Gaurav, what is your opinion on these role changes happening in the organizations?
Okay, so before diving on to the direct answer, I would like to ponder upon a few things, that why teams are doing that, why organizations are coming up to that particular decision that we need to replace the Scrum Master with the Agile Delivery Lead or the Agile Coach, or more on as per the definition. So it's the core reason which I think of is that in the heat of the delivery, it's quite easy for any team, any delivery head, or any other team member to take a decision that, based on old habits, you can say, that can cause a future problem. Like many a time it happens that we are running a sprint and we didn't have enough amount of time, right? And we have to deliver something, the core product feature that. So many a time it happens that team take individual decision that we are not going to invest as per the announced time. We are not going to invest time onto the, you can say, the sprint grooming that much, as we already know that these are 4 or 5 stories that we are gonna pick up for this thing. Then designer will take whatever he thinks of, and the QC will write up his test cases, all these things. So you can say they tends to move away from the Scrum events, right? Which are pretty, you can say, pretty more important in a long run, right? They tends to look at the short side of the benefit, escaping around all those things and moving on to the in a, you can say, in a trap of long-term situation where they will find themselves hanging around with all of these problems in the future. So basically, these are the kind of situations which arrive with all these kind of situation when the team will think of that Scrum Master role is not pretty much efficient because they are not doing those kind of ceremonies, they are not doing those Scrum events. So let's remove the Scrum Master and work it around with an agile delivery lead, because it is more pretty much focused that we have to deliver something, right? So the Scrum Master role is pretty much important, right? And the main concept of a Scrum Master's role is to imbibe the core values of the Scrum. The Scrum Master should help the team to set up, training the team in the initial phases. It is pretty much important for a Scrum Master to guide, to provide them with the techniques and the tools to utilize the Scrum framework to the fullest, right? Apart from that, when the team has got you can say the old enough, right? Let's say a Scrum team is pretty much mature, it has around 2-3 years of experience backing them, continuously working on the agile methodology, agile framework. They are using the Scrum events to the fullest, they are using Scrum ceremonies to the best of the cases. So in that case, you can bring in a agile coach role, but that role is not which is being replaced by Scrum Master, but it is something that is complemented by the Scrum Master itself, because he has trained them with the tools and techniques of the agile framework. Now his role is not that much into you can say facilitating them. So more or less what he'll do, he will coach them, right? As an agile coach, he'll coach them that okay, you are capable enough of doing all these ceremonies, all these events, each and everything. Let's bring out an individual Scrum Master in the whole cross-functional team. So that is a kind of role that the organizations are looking forward to, but in case of a mature team only, not in a very new or a mature team. This is the kind.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Gaurav, for bringing a different perspective to it. And I would like to refer to Scrum Guide when we talk about the role being changed. I think Scrum Guide refers that Scrum Master is accountable for the Scrum team's effectiveness. And as Abhishek has also mentioned that by characteristics, Scrum Master is a servant leader. So that is what I also believe in. And when I see to it, the role change, I see self-organizing team versus someone trying to organize the team. So that's the difference I see. So we have 7 minutes in hand, Gaurav and Abhishek. We'll try to cover the next topic by 1 minute each. Like 1 minute Gaurav, 1 minute Abhishek. Let's give to next question, and then we'll try to pick up some questions from the audiences as well. So I'll just merge the last few topics that you would like to discuss. Gaurav, we'll start with you. Scrum teams are cross-functional, they are self-organized, and now teams have become much aware, they are mature with the know-hows of Scrum. So why do we still need the Scrum Master? And briefly also tell what do you think about the future of Scrum? So let's just take both the questions together. Just take like half a minute to answer this so that we can take up some questions from the audience as well.
Okay, so okay, so I'll not answer this particular question in the traditional way. I'll directly use an analogy. Okay, so considering the general election which we recently had, we elect our officials, right? We only elect our officials to perform some particular task, that is the functioning of the government, right? We have elected our officials and they now going to sit in the parliament and they individually decide, right, what role they are going to play. But apart from that role, they need a leader, which is the PM. Okay, so we have speakers, we have council of ministers, we have deputy ministers, all those roles, but we also have a PM who is not performing the role of each and every individual MP. But what he is doing, he's facilitating them. Being a PM of the country, he's facilitating each and every minister to perform individually and as a team to work for the whole organizational setup and the smooth functioning of the whole government. This is the thing. Similarly, we do have individual roles to perform, but still we need someone to facilitate and to overcome, apart from the individual obstacles or the collective obstacles on their behalf, to guide them, to mentor them, and to bring best of each and every team member. This is what I perceive that why we need Scrum Master as apart from the cross-functional team members. Okay.
Okay, Abhishek, what is
Mhm.
your take on Scrum still being relevant and future of Scrum Master role?
See, if somebody is asking that if their teams are self-organized and by doing the Scrum Master, I would ask a simple question. You have a cricket team whose captain is Virat Kohli, and you have a best team in the world. Why do you need a coach? Why do you need Ravi
Mm.
Shastri? It's the same question. Why do you need why do you need a coach in football team when you have a best football team in the world? It's the same answer to the same question. So you need that's why you need a scrum master. You need a person who can mentor you, who can always mentor you, guide you in various situations. Teams are self-organized, fine, but they have their limitations. They are all technical people. PM has its own limitations as a PM, that he is more focused on his own team, not on the overall business goal, where the scrum master picture comes in. So a scrum master, he needs to understand two things. That's what I mentioned in the chat also, that you need to understand the scrum and the agile process. At the same time, you need to understand how your SDLC is working in your organization. Every organization has its own way of delivering. If you understand both of these two things, that's how you can go ahead and make your delivery successful. That's the way to go with it. And Scrum Master role, I believe, will be one of the most important roles in the IT domain in the future. The reason why I'm saying this is with so much impact is because due to the pandemic, due to this culture of introduction of this remote working, now you can say previously we used to have functional teams. Now we have cross location teams, and now each member of that team is also cross located. So everybody is
Mhm.
so dispersed. So scrum master roles becomes more important because communication is the key to success in any organization of any project. Scrum master roles comes primarily to keep the communication updated within the teams, within the team members, and to the client. If that's met, that's where the scrum master role is a successful leader.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Abhishek. Yeah, and truly said by both of you that continuous improvement is the cornerstone of agility. No team could say that we have reached the state of absolute improvement or we are perfect. So that is an continuous requirement, and there is always something that can be improved, made better, taught or facilitated. So the role of Scrum Master is going to be relevant for quite some time, and as a community I would say we are opening door for sharing knowledge in this way we are becoming better. So let's move on to a couple of questions. We just have 2-3 minutes in hand. I'll ask you can ask answer one question each. Let's begin with you, Gaurav. What is your advice to the aspiring scrum masters?
Okay. So the first and the foremost advice which I would like to give, which I had personally used while I was working for the PSM or something like that, that we need to observe how the teams are working. It is in a collective mode also and an individual mode also. You have to be a good observer. If you are looking forward to become a certified Scrum Master, you have to have that kind of observation. Okay, it is not something that is pretty much built in. Okay, few people do have, but it is kind of practice. Okay, it is kind of a regularity that you needs to develop, right? Because you have to look after the whole team. So it is better if you look after the whole team in singularity also and collectively also, right? what is the mode of a particular person while he is working lonely, and what is the kind of mode while he was working with other team members. Only then you will get to know the flavor of the whole team, right? And this is what is pretty much required from a scrum master.
Thank you, Gaurav. So let's take the last question from the participants. Asibul has a question. Abhishek, if you could briefly answer that. If we follow agile ways of software development, would the earlier project manager can function the Scrum Master activities?
Oh yes, I believe it. That's one of the best thing to happen. If a PM, I guess I already answered in the chat. Let me answer it back. PM is an additional advantage. He is an authority over the team already. So if a PM is appointed as Scrum Master, I believe that's the best way to do it. He can use his authority in a very wise manner to act as a Scrum Master, and because he already can convince the team. He doesn't need any more convincing skills. He has that authority also with that. He used to use it wisely. He needs to act as a leader, not as a boss. That would I would say. But obviously, all the traditional agile who have been PMs who have been following waterfall model, it's not rocket science to switch to agile. It's pretty much, it's more over changing your mindset. Just change your mindset, become more dynamic, more flexible. Moreover, don't stick to paperwork. Just go in collaboration with the teams, understand how sprint planning works, how sprints works. It's much more, I believe the PMs are at the best advantage to be Scrum Masters. That's the way to go with, and they can learn it very easily. It's not something which is to be crammed up or maybe given a test for. It's more over the concepts and understanding, and PMs already have that experience and advantage. So I guess they are the best people to be Scrum Masters whenever possible.
Yeah, thank you, Abhishek. Thank you for sharing that. And in the interest of time, we'll not be able to take more questions. And we would try to answer those questions offline with our panelists. Once again, thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, Abhishek, for spending time with us in this
Thank
discussion
you.
and sharing your experiences and just helping us and our audiences explore why Scrum Master's role is still relevant. And I personally feel, to conclude this, I would say that with the passage of time, we are discussing difficult and complex topics and solving it progressively, and we are becoming more human, and that is very much important as a community. Uh, and I agree that it is still relevant. The Scrum Master role is still relevant. And thank you once again, everybody, for joining this session. Over to you, Shreya. Shreya, you're
You
on
are on
mute.
mute, Shreya.
I'm really sorry about that. So thank you so much, Nupur, Abhishek, and Gaurav. Thank you so much for your valuable contribution and all the insights that you shared. And it was a pleasure having you.
Same here,
So
Shiv. Thank you, and I.
Thank you, Shreya.
thank you so much.
Really nice. Really nice to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone, for attending the
Great.
session. Thank you, and I.
Thank you.